Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, on today's video we are going to learn on how to cut this beautiful design you are seeing on my screen. Extended peplum flare gown with a drop shoulder, as you are seeing it on my screen. So the design is very simple and unique. You can make it for adults, even for babies. So if you love what you are seeing on my screen, please carry your seat and sit down, watch till the end, subscribe, share my video, comment and like. Okay, let's proceed. So guys, I'll be using this fabric on my cutting table. I've already folded it into two, as you can see. So I'm going to cut both the front and the back of this peplum. We are cutting the down part first. So I'm going to cut both the front and back together. So first thing first, I'm going to mark out my zipper allowance. That is 1 inch. I'm using 2 years for this down part because I'm making it for a baby. So if you're making it for an adult, you can use, I think, 3 years or 4 years for an adult. So after marking it out, after marking the 1 inch out, the next thing I have to do is, watch me closely. I'm going to hold from here this zipper allowance and fold it triangular. Are you seeing me? Let me open it again. I'm going to hold here and fold it triangular form, stopping at my zipper allowance. I hope you understand that. So this part now is my zipper allowance. So to mark the waist is 22 divided by 4. That will give me 5.5. So for me to get my waist measurement, this is how I do my own. I place my tape like this to check where to mark. So I place my tape like this to check where will enter my 5 inches. This is how I normally do my own. So I will dot it and mark it, measure it from top to know what I get. So I have 6.5. So I'm going to mark 6.5 inches all round. So this is 6.5 inches. I'm going to measure it to be sure that it's 5 inches accurate. So looking at my tape, you say I have 5 inches accurate, and this is my zipper allowance. So the length of the gown is 24 inches. So I'm going to mark out 25 inches. 1 inch will be for my joining and hemming allowance. So we have our flare now marked out. Very easy and simple. So I'm going to cut it out. So after this, what I have to do is to notch the center, the front center area. That's the front, and we are done for the flare. We are going to move down to the body. So I will be using pattern paper for that. So since this dress is for a little girl, her half length is 9 inches. Then I will make it 10 inches. Let me mark my starting line. So her shoulder measurement is 4.5, and from shoulder to bust line is 5 inches. So I'm going to connect the lines. And the neckline is going to be 1.5 inches for the back neckline, 1.5 inches by 1 inches. Then the front neckline 1.5 inches by 2 inches. And I'm going to mark 1/2 inch for shoulder slope, and I'll connect it. Then I'll divide our bust measurement by 4 and mark it. 24 divided by 4, that's 6. And the waist is 5.5. So I'm going to be adding my joining allowance at the same time. Remember, as I'm making this for children, you can also make it for an adult. So the next thing is to connect the armhole. The first armhole I'm connecting is the back armhole. You can extend it down to here. Then the front armhole, you will just come in by, you divide your armhole by 2 and mark the midpoint. Then you come in by 1/2 inch. So you connect it from in here down to the 1/2 inch. Then for the shoulder extension, I'm going to come out by 1.5 inch, and I will connect it, curve it in, I'm going to curve it in this way, and I'm done. So I'll cut it out. So if you notice, I did not add my joining allowance. I'm cutting the back neckline. I did not add my joining allowance around this area, so I'm going to do that while cutting it on my fabric. This is what I have for the upper part. Okay, I've cut out both the front and the back, and I've also cut out the lining. So all I have to do now is to cut out the front neckline. So I extended the half length because initially I used 9 inches, whereas I'm supposed to use 11 inches. So I extended the half length. So after cutting out the neckline, the next thing I have to do now is to use one piece to turn it over, because one is the lining, one is the main fabric. So I'm going to place it this way, right side facing each other, and I'll take it to my machine. I'm going to sew 1/2 inch all around the neck. Then the armhole, I'm going to sew 1/2 inch and also 1/2 inch on the armhole. Then I will do that one, and the same thing with the back one. One will serve as the lining and one will serve as the main fabric. So this is the lining and this is the main fabric. So I'm going to place one on top of each other, right side facing each other. So I'm going to take it to my machine, sew the neckline 1/2 inch, sew the armhole 1/2 inch. Then after that, I will flip it over and we'll continue. Okay guys, I've sewed it. I put my interface in. I use hairstay on the main fabric, and this is the lining. So I've sewed it as I've said, both the armhole rather. So all I have to do is to trim out some excess, notch it. It's very important for you to notch because it is a curve area. You really need to notch it, both the neck, everywhere. So after ironing it, this is what I have. This is the back and this is the front. So the next thing now is to turn the shoulder. So to turn the shoulder, I'll flip this back. This is the front pieces. I flip it back this way and I get one of the shoulder. Remember, this is the right side of the front body. This is the right side of the back. So whatever I'm doing is going to be like this. Are you seeing it? So I'm going to take this in like this. I'm going to take it in like this, and I'll hold it together with this one. Make sure it aligns very well. Do it carefully. You see it? Make sure that this shoulder is touching this line. You hold it close like this. You run a stitch till you get to this part. So you measure it. If one is longer than one, then you correct it. Then I'll put this one here also. I'll put it here also, and I'll take it to my machine and I'll sew it. Okay guys, so the next thing I have to do now is to close it. As you can see, I've done the turn up, both the back and the front. So to close it, I have to flip the back side, and I'm going to check how many inches for my closing allowance. And when I measure, I'm having, okay, 1 inch will be for my closing allowance. 1 inch for my closing allowance. So this is how I'm going to close it. I'm going to open, this is the front side, this is one side of the back. I'm going to open them both like this. I'm going to merge the armhole together like this, and I'll sew with 1 inch. That's my closing allowance, 1 inch. I also do the same to the other armhole. So let me take it to my machine and sew, and you will see the outcome. Okay guys, I've joined the both side. As you can see, this is the front, this is the zipper allowance, and this is the inside. You can even rock the inside or the outside self, because it's all torn up and they look very neat. So the next thing I have to do now is I'm going to keep this one aside. So we work on the peplum, I mean the flare. That's the down part. This is the down part I cut out. So this down part, I'm going to be sewing it with lining and crinoline. So if you want to sew your own like this without using lining and crinoline, is your choice. But me, I'm going to use crinoline. This is the crinoline I'm going to use, and this is the lining. I've already cut it out. So all I have to do now is to open the main flare, open the main flare, then open the lining. This is the right side of the flare and this is the right side of the lining. So I'm going to place both of them together. If you have your pin, you just pin it and secure it. So I'm going to pin. I've already used some part on this crinoline, so I folded it. That's why it has this budge. So I'm going to cut it out from here. I'll place my crinoline on the fabric. Did you see what I'm showing you? This is my fabric, this is my lining. I'm going to, it's either you place your crinoline here or you place it here. It's your choice. So after sewing, you top stitch. But for me, I'm going to place it here. I'm going to place my crinoline here and sew all around. So I'll take it to my machine right now and sew the crinoline. Okay guys, so after turning up my peplum, my flare, this is what I have. This is the inside. You see how neat the inside is. So I will keep it aside. This is the upper part. So the next thing we have to do now is to cut our extend peplum. So this is the pieces I'll use to cut it. But before we cut that, we need to take a measurement. Remember, this extended peplum, I don't know if you understand it, but I'm going to join it from this front and it's going to flow down. Let me set it together with the flare so you understand. Let's assume this is the flare that I've already attached it to the down part. So this extended peplum, I'm going to join it from this front. Then is from here, half inch from the closing line, is going to flow down to the end of this peplum. So I hope you understand. So what I'm going to measure now is, I'm going to measure from here, from the joining line, from one side of the front to the other side, which is from here to here. I have 12 inches. Okay, then I'm going to measure this peplum. I'll measure what I have on this flare. I have 24 and a half. So I'm going to take out half inches. I have 24. So I'm going to multiply this 24 by 2. Remember, it's going to flow on the both side. I hope you understand. It's going to extend on the both side. So I'm going to multiply the 24 by 2. That will give me 48 plus this 12 inches here at the front. 48 plus 12 will give me 60 inches. So I'll be needing 60 inches for front, then 60 inches for back, making a total of 120. So I hope you understand me. So to cut it out, I'll first of all get my 60 inches. I'll be doing joining on this case. I'll be joining because my material is pieces right now. Okay guys, I'm done with the extended peplum. Let me show you on how to join it. Okay, my own have joining at the center, so we'll work with that. I'm going to, if you want the line that, if yours has joining and you want the line to be at the middle, all you have to do is to fold it into two and then notch the center this way. Then you place the line on it. So I'm going to sew this. I'm going to sew it and stop half inch before the closing line. I don't know if you are seeing it. I'm going to stop at half inch before the closing line. Then the one for the back, I'll start from the zipper allowance. So I'm going to sew it. Then I'll stop at half inch before the closing line. So I'll take it to my machine. Then I will join it and show you the outcome. After joining it, this is what I have. You see that? And this is the other side. So the next thing now is to join the peplum. So I'll hold the peplum together and launch the center of it. So I'm going to place the peplum here. This is the right side of my half length and the right side of the extended peplum. So I'm going to turn it to the right, wrong side. This is the wrong side. This is the area of join. So I'm going to place this peplum this way to the notch area. So the peplum now, the right side is facing the right side of my half length. I don't know if you understand it. The right side of my peplum is facing the right side of my half length. So I'm going to hold it and sew it. When I get to this half inch before the closing line where my extended peplum stitch stop, I will shift it in and I will sew this one straight and pass. I will do the same thing to the whole extended peplum till I get to the zipper area. So I'm going to take this to my machine and sew. Okay guys, after joining it, this is what I have. You see the flare. So the next thing I will do now is to attach the zipper. To attach the zipper, I'm going to get the back and hold it into two. And I will measure where my zipper will stop. Because it's a baby gown, I don't want the zipper to go down. So the zipper is going to be stopping at this place. So from here that I shock, I'm going to stitch this down to the end part. I'm going to stitch it down to the end part. And as you are stitching it, remember to stitch together with this peplum on the zipper area. Remember to stitch together with it. Stitch together with it while you are attaching your zipper. So I will go and attach the zipper, do all the necessary finishing touches. Finishing touches is very important on your design. Whatever you're sewing, you should be so concerned about the finishing touches. So I'll go and do the finishing touches and then I'll put it on a dummy and show you the final look and the final outcome of the design. Thank you guys for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.